like to do business with the expert in their space. And there's a lot of things you can do to own expert status. So I'll just kind of share 9 key positioning assets that you can use that will position you. And there's probably a lot more, but these are the 9 that we've used and that we've seen a lot of other successful agencies use. And for me, it all starts with a keynote presentation. And all that is a PowerPoint or a keynote presentation, but it is your presentation on how people in your niche should market themselves to generate more leads. And you can put together this presentation with or without experience. Ideally, it's better if you have experience, but I'm sure if you're on this webinar and you're in the agency space, you've done a lot of due diligence, a lot of research, you've sat on a lot of webinars, you've read a lot of books, you've bought a lot of seminars, so you know a thing or two about marketing, about internet, about websites, about SEO. All you have to do is take what you know and boil it down into a specific niche. And what you do is you put that into a presentation. So for us, it was the complete guide to internet marketing for plumbing contractors. And it was the 9 things you need to do to dominate your market and generate more leads, right? And it started with, you need a good website. And here are the things that you need to make your website good. And you need to get optimized for the search engines. And here's what you do for that. Title tags, H1 tags, meta descriptions, links, citations. You need to get ranked on maps. You need to leverage paid search. And that's really what it is. It's just a PowerPoint with key elements that you can then use in so many different ways, because you've got now this bedrock of information that you can use. From there, you want to develop a niche guide. And some people are different than me, right? So it's not lost to me that not everybody would want to start with a keynote presentation. I'm a very auditory person. I like to present, and so that's where I start. Maybe you're more of a writer, right? You like to write blogs. You can reverse this and create your guide first, write it out, and then create a keynote presentation for it. But with your marketing guide, then anybody you want to talk to, and you say, hey, I'm looking to work with plumbing companies, or I'm looking to work with roofing companies. Actually, I developed this report that explains exactly what you should do in order to maximize your lead flow. And you can send it to them. Whether you have experience or not, that already makes you 10 times more of an expert than all of the people that are calling them every day and showing up at their door. And if you're like me, I start with a keynote, and the information from my keynote is exactly the same as my guide. So I would put it into Keynote with all my bullets, I would record it, I would transcribe it, and there's my guide. However you come about it, you want a keynote and a guide. You want a niche-specific website with great content. So that's not, digitalpros.com or some general agency. It's your niche-specific agency. funeralhomemarketing.com. Or if you have a cool brand that goes along with it, that's fine. But it's all geared towards that space. And it's not a sales page or a ClickFunnels page where it's just opt in and lead. It's actually just filled with information, right? All of this stuff from your guide and from your keynote presentation are different pages and posts on that page. When you have that content, now you've got a place to send people where they're like, holy cow, wow, this guy really or gal has really thought about this space. They really understand some good ideas and strategies. And it also starts to get discovered in search. Without doing any traditional SEO stuff for our website, Plumbing and HVAC SEO, all we had was how to get ranked and all this stuff from my keynote presentation. And because it was interesting and because it was value added, we started ranking for those keywords. And people started finding the site and we started getting opt-ins. But again, it's a niche-specific site that's got great, relevant content. Case studies and testimonials, extremely powerful at positioning you as the expert. It's one thing to say that you know. Really where you get true expert status is when other people are saying, yeah, they did this for me and this was the result. And so you want to start to develop some case studies. Here's the client, right? Here's what we did with their website or their online marketing strategy. Here's what happened. Here's how many leads they got. Here's how many new calls, how much revenue, and here's what happened in their business, right? They added these people or they accomplished this within their company. When you start to develop that kind of social proof, your expert status is without question. You do video-based training and webinars, white paper, which is just a repeat of that guide. And then really the ultimate positioning asset is going to be a book, a printed book like this, which is not nearly as hard to develop as you think. But if you could say you wrote the book on internet marketing for dental practices and you put that in enough desks, they'll think that guy's a real expert, right? And there's very low cost ways to do this. You'd be surprised. I'll kind of give you a hack, right? If you do what I suggest and you take your keynote presentation and you record it, right? And then you transcribe it and then you add some checklists and some other things like that, you already have your book. And you take that Word document and you upload it onto Amazon Create Space, a free publishing platform. They'll take your book, it's on Amazon, all you need is a pretty cover with your picture in the back, and you're the author of the book on internet marketing or digital marketing, or whatever you want it to be for that particular space. And there's just so many powerful ways you can leverage a book once you have it. You can put together a free press shipping offer. You can direct mail it to your best prospects. You can send it to the associations in your industry and say, hey, check it out. I'm the author of this book. I'd like to come speak at your association and get speaking gigs. So lots of powerful ways to leverage this. You also want to have some type of email response process. So when someone gets your stuff, they get to your website, they ask for your keynote, they register for your webinar, you drip content on them on a consistent basis. And more of a bonus in my mind is a podcast. Also a very easy thing. The podcast strategy I've used that's been most effective is just interviewing the experts in my field. So I call it the Plumbing Marketing Podcast, and I interview $1 million plus plumbing and HVAC business owners. And I just get them on the phone and I ask them, hey, how do you market yourself? What works best? How did you learn how to do this? I've probably done 40 or 50 of these interviews. It's up on my iTunes, and I can email it to my prospects. I can send it as a CD out to my prospects. It's extremely powerful, and it's another positioning asset where I get found and I position myself as the expert, as well as a printed newsletter. Not sure why this thing just reverted to the beginning. So, extremely powerful. These are the things that you can use in order to position yourself as the expert in your space. And some great examples of this. Christopher Yates, he also specializes in lawn care. He published his book. It's on Amazon. He recently has a picture. He's the guy on the left. You'll notice the presentation format very similar to ours. We give it to our members. And he had the opportunity to speak at the largest landscape association meeting in front of that big group. Do you think that generated some opportunity for him? Absolutely. And what was the end? The fact that he has a great website with good content. He published the book, sent it out to the organizers, got the invitation. Another great example for this, Gloria LaFont. I hope Gloria's on with me. She said she was going to be. She's done an amazing job. She specializes in the promotional products industry and has been putting out content and positioning herself. You can see her there speaking. And Jimmy and Matt, you guys are both awesome examples of this. But Wantina Portis from Creative Internet Authority has just done a phenomenal job. If you look her up, she specializes in the legal niche. She's got videos, she's got podcasts, she's got client interviews, she's got her book. She's just clearly the expert in her space, and she's just owned that. And I can't tell you how much that helps to accelerate the growth within your agency. So I want you guys to pause for a second. I gave you guys 9 possible things that you can do. It's not lost on me that not any of you are probably going to go out and do all 9 immediately. What I want you to do is pick 3. Spend a couple minutes right now, select 3 of those positioning assets. Maybe it's you're going to set up your niche website, you're going to create your keynote presentation and record it. That's enough, right? Just pick your 3 things and write it down, put it in the comments box. I'll pause for a second here so you guys can think. I really want you not just to get ideas, I want you to get actionable ideas that you write down and that you go back and execute. Well, I hope you got value from this session. If you'd like more ideas, strategies, and techniques on how to more effectively grow and scale your digital marketing agency, I'd like to invite you to go to 7figureagency.com. There you'll find a training series completely free of charge that walks you through how we were able to grow our agency from 0 to over $300,000 per month in less than 7 years, and how we're adding clients on a consistent basis. So we walk you through the quickest way to position yourself as the expert in a particular market and proven models to get customers coming to you pre-positioned to buy. So if you got value from this and you would like more, you can go to sevenfigureagency.com. There's a free video series for you there. Just get there, you'll enter your name, your email address, and you'll get access in the next couple of minutes. So thanks for joining us. Go to sevenfigureagency.com now, and we'll talk to you soon.